Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier 3 lived up to the hype for me, but did it live up to the hype for you? First round opens up, turning side kick by McGregor, and you're instantly going, okay, this might be the old McGregor. But after a few calf kicks and you're going, he's using techniques now that he's used on himself, you're kind of like, okay, is this Conor really doing anything more than we expect Conor to do? Is Dustin weathering a storm? Any of this? No, it was just back and forth. It was decent. He was adding pressure to Dustin. He was definitely the one pressuring, but he always is. That is how Conor fights. He fights lengthy. He fights with the end of the punches, and he's now implementing kicks. And I don't know why he doesn't kick more, because he's got such wonderful kicks. Hence, he has all the capoeira style turning side kicks and the wheel kicks. And if he can't kick more, it would be better, but he loves his boxing. They go against the fence and he hooks a guillotine. I'm not saying hooking the guillotine was wrong, because if it's there, it's there. He's got good submissions. Just because you never see McGregor do submissions or grappling that much doesn't mean he hasn't got it. It is naive to think these elite fighters do not have it. When people say, oh, McGregor's rubbish on the ground, it's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But Dustin is better, and that's just a fact. Dustin's been here a million times, and he gets his neck, knows weather the storm, burn his arm out a little bit, step over, hitchhikes over, he's out. From that moment on, McGregor's his shoulder blades are pinned to the mat, and he's stuck there because he keeps recovering guard, but he never tries to get back up, and that's what surprised me. He never tried to get back to his feet. He had more success getting back to his feet against Khabib than he did against Dustin, which is very bewildering and a bit surprising, and it doesn't really show intent to get up. He was landing some decent elbows from bottom, I guess, but nothing like hurting Dustin or making Dustin retreat in any way or back up. The good up kicks, he was holding his glove. There's a lot of illegal things going on, Dustin was saying, but I'm not sure how much of it is actually accurate. There's a little picture that you can kind of see McGregor like monkey grip into the sleeve of the glove, but it's not full evidence for me. But you know, it's a fight, get on with it. Good up kicks, pulling him down, cuts his ear open, all this blah blah blah. But just before the end, they stand back up. Conor exchanges a leg kick, steps back, and the big event happens. His tibia, now we know obviously, bottom of the tibia, splits. I was about to say shatters. Splits in half. Or at least to the point where his ankle rolls behind. Now he immediately falls down, covers up. Luckily there was only a few seconds to go. If there was like another 30 seconds, that fight would have been stopped. It would have been finished, because there's no way he can even defend himself with that much of an injury and Dustin being, you know, fully committed. I'm just going to put it here. I don't care about all the antics right now. I'm not going to go into it where McGregor's swearing at him. He's been really genuinely quite nasty to him, much like he was against Khabib. It wasn't so much trash talk as much as just insults, and I'm glad Dustin didn't let it get under his skin. He got booed for the whole week, which is very surprising, because Dustin Poirier is like, he's nothing but a stand-up guy. He's nothing but perfect in this sport almost as a role model. He works his arse off and he grinds and he gets these wins and he fights brilliantly. You know, he's so entertaining. He's amazing at what he does. It's surprising that they booed him just because McGregor's fame is that much. It's like, you can't respect him that much. Like, why? It's a bit shocking to me. But again, it might be different in America, like how McGregor is seen. But in the UK, he's now, I think, kind of seen more of as a villain. And we prefer the good guy, I think. I'm going to put this out there here as well, that this is possibly the best ending for McGregor right now. That was a 10-8 round. McGregor's in the hospital doing a video. If you want to see the video, it's on his Instagram. He's got a few of them talking about how all that vicious ground and pound, you guys know nothing, but his ears split. But it's like, okay, you got no marks on your face, fine, but you're getting dominated. And his coach Kavanagh said, I saw nothing that worries me in that fight, the second. I love John Kavanagh. You saw nothing that worried you in that first round? You're mental. You are out of your goddamn mind. Because he was getting dominated. How is that a 10-8 round? It's a 10-8 round. 3 Ds. Dominate, duration, and damage. All of those happened, right? 10-8 round, no problem for Poirier. This is the best thing that could happen to McGregor. Because if in that second round went on, he was getting finished. He was getting finished. There is no doubt in my mind that Poirier has his number. The other thing is, this is a rebound now from McGregor. This is an illegitimate win. He's saying, you know, you can do all this. But going back into another Poirier fight, 3 in a row, that would be a mistake. Poirier has to fight for gold. He has to fight Charles Oliveira next, and he will. And I think that is the perfect fight for both of these guys. They've both been in the UFC, what, 10 years plus? You know, they've got how many records between them? I'm not looking at the stats, but you can Google the records between these guys and the fight bonuses. It's like 29 fight bonuses or something like that. You know, they've got probably like 50 UFC fights like together or some stupid number. It's ridiculous the amount of fights these guys have, and they're fighting for what they've earned, and I love it. McGregor getting a win would have been bad because he would have got to fight Oliveira, and he doesn't deserve it. He's got the star power, he's got the selling value, but fight-wise, he does not deserve it, and now he really doesn't deserve it. I would personally say I would like to see McGregor fight someone like either, which isn't going to happen, Beneil Dariush is ranked, what, 3? You got Tony Ferguson, you got a Justin Gaethje. All these guys kind of suit his style. They want to stand and bang, they want to have a trade. Dariush will use grappling a little bit as well, so he's going to be more of an MMA fight because he knows the danger of Conor striking. I think if he fought Gaethje or Tony Ferguson, someone like that, someone that still has a high credibility in this division, the name means something. You can go to a top one, you can go to a number 1 contender fight, even fighting a Tony Ferguson right now, who hasn't won in how long now, and you know is pushing back to that top 10 spot in the division. You can still do something with those names, and I think that's really important to McGregor's franchise right now, is that he doesn't lose again. Because if he lost or lost bad to this Poirier, people were saying he's done at the UFC. Now I disagree with that because he loves fighting, but you can't argue with he might be close to being done. The aura is essentially gone. The McGregor aura that he brought, and people were fearful and people getting under the skin, it's gone. It's gone. He needs to find a new avenue to cheat the hack. You know, he needs to get there now. He needs to beat these guys, not only mentally, but he needs to sort himself out physically, because this was not good enough against Poirier. All the horrid, I'm going to kill you, you're leaving in a coffin, I'm going to murder you, pointing a gun to his head, insulting the wife, the family. You better back it up, because now you lost again. And it's a legitimate win, not illegitimate at all. So what do you guys think is happening next for both guys? I think if you don't say the title for Poirier, you're out of your mind. But I'd like to see if anyone's else got an opinion on it. Oliveira, Poirier for me, but who would you want to see Conor fight as well? Do you even want to see Conor fight again? You're not bothered? Do you like the Irishman? What did you think of the whole event? Let me know, guys. It's good to make a video again. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. A lot of you are new, or a lot of you haven't subscribed. Thank you for the views anyway. Hit the like button, leave a comment, guys. Don't forget to make a conversation. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.